You want to sell your products, your opportunity, whatever it may be, because you have decided that you want to build a business on social media. We're going to be talking about where it is you need to be posting every single day in your stories, whether it be the products, the testimonials, whatever it may be, that is going to be happening in your stories. So before I got started in this network marketing space about 9 years ago and really dove into marketing, I would post on my main page, whether it be Facebook or Instagram. I would post on my main page about my product or my opportunity, and I would get tons of sales and tons of people messaging me, asking me about what it is that I was doing or what it is that I was selling, right? Those days are long gone where you cannot just post on your social media a stock photo, but you do want to sell on social media. And the place to do that now is in your stories. And so I want to dive into how to sell effectively in your stories in today's video. And so here I want you to think about your stories, whether it be your Facebook or your Instagram or your TikTok stories. You want to post it as your highlight reel throughout your entire day. So it's kind of like your reality TV show. We're so engrossed with reality TV. And when you are creating a brand and a business online, you are becoming that reality TV show star, so to speak, of your own personal brand. And so that happens in stories. And so when you are creating your stories, there's different types of stories that you want to create. First of all, you want to share your life with people, right? People buy from people that they like, know, and trust. And one way that they're going to be able to do that is in your stories, because you're posting about your day, what your likes are, what your dislikes are. You're maybe making some videos, you're maybe making some photos of yourself. You're sharing the ins and outs of who you are, right? So you're gonna post your day to day in your stories. Now, you also want to make sure that you are posting your testimonials, whether it be a before and after, if you're in the health and wellness space, or even if you're in the makeup space, whatever it is that you're selling. Definitely make sure that you're selling through stories, and not the stories, but like your stories are telling people what your product, your opportunity can do for them, right? So you want to be selling about your products, you want to be selling about your opportunity, and you can post those every single day in your stories, right? So you can be a little bit more, what I'd like to say, spammy, so to speak, in your stories, because not everybody is going to be watching them. And what I'm going to share with you is how to get more people to watch your stories. So definitely make sure you stay to the end, because I've got some hacks that work really, really well to get as many views as possible inside of your stories. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to link for you right over here a video that I made on how to post on your main page that kind of is a great segue into your stories. We're going to talk about the 5 viral posts that you need to be making in your main page, whether it be Facebook or Instagram, over here in this video. So make sure you check it out. Now, if you're saying, wow, I love social media, I want to build on social media, in the description of this video, I have got for you my YouTube masterclass on how I've been able to bring in over $17,000 in personal sales and 5 to 7 business builders every single month because of YouTube videos just like this. And so in the description of this video, I've got the link for my masterclass, right? But what you want to know is that you want to know that there are 5 types of content that you need to be posting on your main page, but then in your stories is really where you're going to be doing the majority of your sales, right? And so that's because you are helping people get that like, know, and trust factor. So on your main page, you want to post maybe 1 post a day, but in your stories, you can do 7, 10, 14 stories throughout the entire day. And so people are really getting a very good idea of what it is you do, what you represent, what you like, what you dislike, what are some of your passions and your hobbies, as well as what it is that you sell, right? So in your stories, just like on your main page, you definitely want to make sure that you're putting in value as well. And you want to make sure that you're letting your audience know who it is you are and what it is you stand for, right? Now, how to get people to tune into watching your stories, there are some hacks on that. So you can see that Facebook and Instagram, they take up a lot of real estate on the main page where you can see people's stories. And one of the ways that you can get people to watch your story is in your very first story sequence that you're creating, you want to do a very catchy photo, whether that be maybe your family, whether it be your family pet, whether it be a picture that makes you go, that is going to capture somebody's attention so that they actually click on your stories. Now, one of the stories that I did that worked really, really well, and it was a little bit outside of my comfort zone, but man, did it work well, is taking one of those pieces of fruit that are all these like weird configurations and they look very funny. And I had one that kind of looked like a butt, right? It was a picture of a fruit. It was like a peach or something, and it looked like a butt. And it was like, what was that? And I had thousands of people that clicked on that story because it was that wow factor in my story sequence. Now, I made sure that it was the very first picture in my story sequence because that's what's getting shown on social media, right? And so it had that click factor to it. And when people are clicking through it, then I had my next story sequence was, now that I have your attention, are you interested in X, Y, and Z? And I was able to get a ton of sales through that because I was actually able to get people to scroll and to click on that photo. Now, I also noticed that when I do photos of my children or my dog, because that's that like, know, and trust factor, I get a ton of views on my stories as well. So those are great tips in order to get people to actually click your stories. Now, one of the other tips that I have is when you put music to your story, Facebook or Instagram will say, hey, so-and-so posted a story and has music. So putting music into your story is also going to help significantly as well. And then another hack that I have is making sure that you're asking questions. You want engagement in your story. So a lot of times there's this area where you can do engagement questions and it says like ask a question, or you can do a poll. You want people to engage in your stories. And so that's really, really important as well, to use the features that are put out there by Facebook and Instagram to help you get more engagement in your stories, because then it gets pushed out more in this realm of social media algorithm, right? So if you're saying, wow, I really love all of this, but I'm not sure I want to be living on social media, let me take a look at YouTube. Again, in the description of this video, I've got my masterclass on how I've used YouTube in order to grow my business to the top. So definitely make sure you click that link. Now, the last thing that I want to say about stories is you definitely want to make sure that you are putting out great value with videos. So a lot of times I will do, instead of doing a short form video, I will just talk directly to camera and I will give value to my audience, right? Because again, it's that like, know, and trust factor. And you want to make sure that you are not just spamming your friends and family with your join my team and your products, but you're letting people into your world and you're providing value, whatever it is your brand may be. And hey, this is Julie Reynolds with another episode of Julie Reynolds TV. Make sure you like and subscribe if you want to learn how to build a successful business online and with confidence.